Okay, hi everybody. I'm Nirmal. Today we are going to see about artificial intelligence of everything. So before telling about artificial intelligence of everything, I would like to introduce myself. I have around 6+ years of experience in and around say legacy and Python, data science, and artificial intelligence, where I'm just working with robotics with artificial intelligence. So today in session, we are going to look about artificial intelligence of everything. You might have heard the same with somewhere else, like Internet of Everything too. So what is this? What is the difference, like artificial intelligence of everything? So it is about we are integrating artificial intelligence with IoT. Okay, that I can say. IoT, we all know that Internet of Things. Okay. So of course, in this session, we are going to completely look about what is artificial intelligence and how it is impacting the current market, and what is the trend over there, and also how it is working with Internet of Things. And it will really give you a eye opener. I'll just say it will be an eye opener for you guys, where it has a very good scope in the near future. So before we are going to look into the complete thing, we are going to see it separately, like what is IoT first and what is artificial intelligence then. So these are things are today's agenda. Like it will start with what is an IoT and what is AI. Then we'll be understanding how artificial intelligence is there, like the structure of artificial intelligence. Then what we will be looking into is we'll be working of how an artificial intelligence is working. Then we would say simple Python programming, where how an ML and AI is working. Actually, I'll be showing some demo how to make a simple AI program with Python. And then we will see where our ML will meet IoT in the scenario, like in the current world where it is looking at where they are meeting actually. Then also we are going to look into some real-time demos, where I have included a few of my real-time cases like projects in that. Then we are going to conclude the session with that. First thing, what is an IoT? So as the definition I have given here, an Internet of Things refers to a billion of physical devices around the world are now connected to Internet or collecting and sharing data. Absolutely. So I can say Internet of Things is nothing like we are going to interconnect all the devices without a human intervention. They can communicate with them together and will give a lot of useful devices, and of course it is going to share a lot of data. So I can say in the second point, I would say pretty much any physical object that can be transformed into an IoT device. Yes, absolutely. So for example, even in the future, not our mobile phones, not our computers, now we have connected cars and connected bikes. So in the near future, we have everything will be as a connected devices in the world, where it is powered by Internet of Things. Okay, not even a single device. I mean, I could say each and every device, from your hairpins for girls till shoes for boys, as we have everything will be started connecting to Internet and collect data about ourselves, which will be again a productivity for each and every person who is using that. Okay. So after IoT, we are going to say in everywhere we started already implementing IoT things, from home automations to industries. Everywhere it is there, and we are going to see how an artificial intelligence is going to impact IoT, and both are going to how we are going to also look into how both are going to impact the market currently. So before we are going to look into that, we are going to look about how big the IoT is. So how big the IoT is? Here it's a source from the Gartner. There is a table or column where we do have so in government sectors, utilities, building automations, physical security, manufacturing unit, wherever so there is a comparison between 2019 and 2020 each year. Okay, it is widely increasing. Okay, and of course I have to add a point here. So we'll be using or IoT will be the trend, of course, and the 5G network is not made for human beings. Absolutely. Okay, and there is a lot of profiles, there is a lot of things that sources says that 5G is not for human beings. 5G is for computers. Okay, for interconnected devices. Okay, so in that our how we are also going to look into how it is also going to work in our case. Okay, so now we are going to look into what is an AI. So when I say AI, so I'm again going with a definition like artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence process by machines, especially the computer systems. Okay, when I say intelligence, okay, so it is going to say about artificial intelligence, like we are going to mimic the human intelligence into machines. So that is, we call it as artificial intelligence there. So now so I can say, can I mimic a human intelligence anywhere? Is that available already? Yes, it is available already. Of course, you can see in the movie robot in, you can say in 2.0, you can see those machines where artificial intelligence robots. And the next thing we are going to look into is, where can we see AI in this world currently? Currently, are we into AI market? Currently, are we using AI in our day-to-day practice? Of course, yes. Surprisingly, we have a lot of things running with or running behind us AI support. Okay. So in the first one, I would say is like virtual assistants such as an Amazon Alexa and Apple Siri and Google Homes and Google devices, everything, like almost your mobile phones too. So virtual assistants is like Amazon Alexa, like we will be using Echo in our homes, like Google Home in our homes, that already started using artificial intelligence in that. So it will recognize your voice and it is going to respond, and whatever the task you are asking or whatever the questions you are asking, that it is going to respond you people, from booking a cab till cooking tips. So the next thing I would say is like recognize who is in the photo and debit card and credit card frauds. Absolutely. Now there are a lot of stuff with artificial intelligence say you are going to implement. So already people are in the market, we have implemented in our AI running behind our CCTV cameras, monitoring all the objects, all the components, all the human beings around the home, around the industries, around the markets, everywhere we are monitored through the support of artificial intelligence through CCTV camera. Yeah, it can recognize you, recognize me, recognize everything, the things, objects, animals and everything. It's all things are there. And again, artificial intelligence is really helpful in using, debit card frauds, finding any online thefts which has happened. Artificial intelligence is also a part over there. And very importantly, the most frequent use of artificial intelligence case is like in our recommendation system and also to sort out emails. So when I say recommendation system, where my artificial intelligence useful in recommendation system, guess what? Guess where? Yeah, it will be in the YouTubes, in the Facebooks, in the Instagrams and everywhere. Okay, so we are implementing where artificial intelligence, we are already running behind all those things to get a recommendation system for us. Like it will recommend the next video, it will recommend the posts which we like, it will recommend the ads, it will recommend everything for us. Like even if you purchase something over Google or if you search something over Google, you will get the ad in the Facebook and also on the Instagram. At the same time, if you are looking into a YouTube video, and again you will get your playlist suddenly in the next scenario. Okay, you will automatically added, the playlist will be automatically added with your favorite songs, surprisingly, but it is supported by artificial intelligence then. And to sort out emails, and you can nowadays on looking into, if you are a Gmail user, you can looking into that your emails are automatically sorted into different categories, like the import, I can say social emails and updates and all those things. Okay, absolutely artificial intelligence is running behind to do that also. Okay, so I said we saw about like where we will be using artificial intelligence in all the way where it will be useful in all the cases. So we know, okay, everything, I'm happy and we are satisfied, like okay, artificial intelligence is running behind everywhere and it is helping us in all the cases. Now the question is, what is actually an artificial intelligence and how they are classified and how it will be working for us. The case one is like So artificial intelligence is nothing but we are going to write or give a program to a computer that is going to actually act like a human being. Okay. First, how a computer can act like a human being? What capability it has to act like a human being? So that I can say is like if artificial intelligence can act like a human being only if it mimics the characteristics of human being. Okay, what characteristics does an AI model or AI machine needs? First, how an human make a decision and how a human is actually predicting the scenarios. Okay, in that case, so what artificial intelligence, how artificial intelligence is working in that case is like it is trying to mimic a human being. So I would say a better example to predict something by human beings and how a machine do that, how a human being gonna do that. Okay, the first example I would say is like, let us imagine today I'm going to join in a car showroom as I would say like marketing engineer or marketing personnel, whatever maybe. Okay, so today I'm joining as a fresher. I do have a no experience. I am a naive there, and a new person coming in every day into a car showroom, and I as a marketing person, what I will do is like I don't know who is going to purchase the car and who is not going to purchase the car. I'll simply follow them up every day. Sir, you told me like that you came into the showroom on this day, and are you interested into purchasing the car? Are you interested into purchasing that car? Every day I'm going to following them, all the people who is getting into the showroom. But the actual fact is not everyone is going to purchase the car. Very few of them is going to purchase the car. Okay, so but as a fresher I don't know about any person, I don't know about any scenario in the market, and I would simply follow them up and I will fed up actually. But same me, after let us imagine I'm going to take after 1 year of time in the same showroom as I'm working in the same showroom, and if a new person coming in to visit the showroom for a new car or inquiry or something, at that time I can say my colleague like, no, this guy won't purchase the car, I know. Okay, but saying if for some other person I would say, hey, this guy will purchase a car, if we follow up him definitely he will purchase the car. I can say like that. Okay, the main reason behind my intuition, the main reason behind my credits over there is like my experience over the past 1 year in the showroom, right? I have experience for 1 year. I have met a lot of people coming inside and getting the details about the car, and they are going out again. So in that case, that 1 year experience is going to give me the knowledge. Okay, so with that knowledge, after 1 year I can predict, okay, this guy will purchase a car or not, that I can predict. Okay, so that is the capability of human being. And now we are going to train the same thing. I mean, we are going to make our AI robot to do the same. Okay, how the AI robot can do the same, how an AI bot can do the same. In this scenario, of course, we have learned with our past data, the 1 year of data I would say. Similarly, I'm going to give a data of maybe it's a 1 year data or 5 years data, whatever maybe. I'm going to give all the data to my AI machine to build a model. So on the data, okay, it will learn from all the past data with like how can it learn the data? Will it going to speak with the person? That is absolutely advanced stuff. A basic design is going to be like we are going actually collecting the details of human beings. Okay, so maybe it might be the decision of a person who is going to purchase a car maybe depends on the loan he is going to get, depends on the salary he is getting, and depends on the income or all these things. Okay, in that scenario I'm going to collect all those details of that person or every person who is getting into my showroom, and I'll give those details to my AI machine, and it will automatically learn from those data, and it will be ready for the future predictions. So in which this is how an artificial intelligence or in general it will be working. So we have two types of artificial intelligences is there. One is we can say weak AI or narrow AI, and another one is like strong AI or general AI. What is a weak AI? So the example which I said to you is come under an weak AI. So how can I say that is a weak AI? So first we will see the definition. Like Weak AI or narrow AI is designed and trained to complete a specific task. For example, industrial robots and virtual personal assistants such as Apple Siri. So these, so whenever say industrial robots or virtual personal assistants, so I'll take an example of industrial robots. So industrial robots may be a pick and place robot, it might be, or it might be a internal navigation and inside the industry, or those kind of robots. Those robots are going to learn by itself, or going to predict the scenarios, maybe the path, maybe the picking of an object, or maybe object identification. These are limited to only towards their work. Okay, so only towards their work, in the sense industrial robots cannot run on roads. Industrial robots cannot predict your voice. Industrial robots cannot understand who are you. Okay, so whenever we say it is designed for a specific task, then that would be a weak AI or narrow AI. We have narrowed down towards a single application or specific application over there. Another thing is like it is going to be a strong AI or general AI. So it is absolutely a Superman again, I can say. He is a strong AI, and general AI is a flexible form of intelligence capable of learning how to carry out vastly different tasks. And the best example for general AI is Chitty, actually, to the best understanding I can say. Okay, so these are the basic difference. So general AI can do multitasking, can learn multiple items, can predict multiple items at the same time. Then this is absolutely a survey conducted among 4 groups of experts in 2012 and 2013 by AI researcher Mr. Vincent Simoner and philosopher Nick Bostrom, reported a 50% chance that artificial general intelligence, I am speaking about artificial general intelligence, would be developed between 2040 and 50, rising to 90% by 2075. Okay, so the world gonna be ruled around by artificial intelligence, complete of wide range artificial intelligence, I say general artificial intelligence, in the year of 2075. Okay, it's a survey given where the rapid development of artificial intelligence things around the world. Now, so what is the basic things behind the artificial intelligence? We looked into artificial intelligence can be worked only if it learn from the data. I said, yeah, even as a human being, we can predict the scenarios, we can predict the things only with the past data. I said, okay, as a human being, I go into the market, I go into the field, I learn those things. Okay, now how an artificial intelligence robot is going to do the learning? Okay, in that case, my machine learning come into picture. Okay, so I can say again with the definition, like there is a broad body of research of AI, much which feeds into a complement to each other. Okay, so in that case, what we are going to do is like whenever I do a machine learning, these machine learning is or of standard algorithms which is running behind those standard algorithms of basic mathematical stuffs like linear algebra and vector calculus and all those things. Okay, so with those general mathematics, like there are some predefined functions, we call it as predefined models around there. Okay, with that predefined models, we are actually going to give the data to all those algorithms, and all those algorithms will be helpful to find the relationship between the inputs and the outputs. I would say the data and the result. Okay, the data and the decision. Okay, it is going to predict it is going to learn from the existing data, and it will build a model. Okay, we can use that model to give out the future prediction. Okay, so in this case, I would say any prediction, I would say, even it will be like carrying out for a specific task, understanding a speech recognition, or captioning a photograph, or identifying an object, whatever may be. It will be whatever the thing you are going to give us a training model, then it will get trained by itself. Okay, so when I would say machine learning, it will be of standard algorithms. Machine learning will running only on standard algorithms. So what else we do have to train my model in a best way? Okay, so there comes the neural networks. So I would say here, what is the basic difference between the machine learning and the neural networks and the artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is of mimicking a human intelligence in a in a machine. So okay, that is okay, I'm happy with that. So where is that machine learning coming to picture, or where is that neural networks coming to picture? So when I say machine learning, my machine learning will be of and standard algorithms which follow some basic mathematical processes behind, I would say. So these basic algorithms are running behind, and these algorithms would have a standardized formulas inside that. And what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to give my data, apply that algorithm, I can say the formula, and I will get not the knowledge about the model. I can say here the exact word is the model. I can get with the model out as a where that model is going to help me to predict the future. Okay, but when I say we are using a standard algorithms in machine learning, okay, that standard algorithms is not will not ever helpful in towards the much extent. Okay, so if I do not use standard algorithms, if my standard algorithm is not, I mean, if my simple machine learning models are not working or helping me in such an extent, what would be the optional stuff? The optional stuff gonna be the neural networks. So the neural networks is absolutely helpful to train a machine. So again, it is under a part of machine learning, but I would say it is like made of like brain inspired networks of interconnected layers of algorithms. Okay, so brain inspired networks. So will it be a kind of brain? Yes, absolutely, I would say it is designed in a way of how neurons are distributed in our brains, the same way the neural networks are defined here. So I would say, so what is the difference, basic difference between the neural networks and the machine learning models? Again, I repeat, machine learning models are standard algorithms, but neural networks are not. We are going to define a network of neurons. We are going to create a network of neurons in here that will actually process each and every data, each and every input which you are giving, and try to get a better model. It will understand like a human being. The understanding of a neural network will be like similar to a human being understanding. Okay, but when I say simple machine learning algorithms, that is not absolutely the same way how the human being understanding. That is absolutely of mathematical applications. Okay, so wow, then when I say the neural network is going to work like a human being, so can we do that? How can we do that? What is the actual requirement in that case? So actual requirement in that case is like I would say we need a massive amount of data to learn. For example, so as we human being, if we are not practiced with a lot of things, I would say the better way I can say is like that will take our relationships. Like if we have met some of our relationships who may be of relations who may be of long distance relations, you never even know them. Okay, the first time you would struggle how to call them. So by practice you will call them an uncle or aunt, however it may be, in an easy way. But if you do not have such a practice, you will be struggling a lot to find them who they are, how they are, like in that case. Okay, so you would like need to have a perfect education in that case, perfect training in that case. So in that way, neural network is mainly dependent on data. Okay, you need to use massive amount of data, build as much as neurons you want, as much as models you are going to build. That will really help you out to predict the things which we have. It may be an images, it may be an data, it may be a voice, it may be a noise, whatever it may be. And we have looked into various kinds of artificial intelligence stuffs, and also we have also looked into various kinds of machine learning. I mean, how a machine learning is working and how artificial intelligence is working. Now we are going to look into when an IoT meets AI, how it will be, where it is now. Okay, so one thing I would say, the first point I would say is the revolution ever happening is Industry 4.0, 4.0 we call it. So when I say Industry 4.0, I would say already we do have connected machines inside industry. We have connected machines across industry where IoT application is there. But now we are implementing artificial intelligence over the networks between the communication of those machines, where it will ultimately make decisions without any human interventions. For example, if you are out of stock in your for example, there is I can take like there are two different companies who are dependent, like one is the producer of raw material and second one is the producer of components. Okay, when there is a component scarcity in the second industry, I would say it will automatically take decision. Okay, there is a scarcity of components in our market, in our industry, so make an automatic order of this much amount of components, I mean raw materials, in the other vendor. Okay, so that way your industry 4.0 is already leading. And again I would say, and I want to mention, and I would like to mention here, like industry 4.0 and industry 5.0 is again very soon it will be coming inside when there is a 5G network. Again I would want to repeat, like 5G network is not for human beings, that is for machines to communicate. So this is okay. Industry 4.0, again it is working very helpful in industries, that is okay, happy. Then what is the other thing, or where my thing, I mean artificial intelligence and IoT is meeting together in home automation. Yeah, nowadays in your home automation we would say, like we have automated lights, like it will automatically on in the mornings, off in the evenings, and you can control your lights anywhere from the world, and you can do all those things. So what is the extra thing we are going to add? Especially we are going to add a security in our homes. Okay, AI plays a vital role in security systems in home automations. So finding a human being, I mean identifying the owner of the home, identifying the relatives, identifying the friends, identifying the third person who is coming into the home, even it is identifying people like who is coming for I would say like plumbers, the sweepers, everybody. Okay, and again it is also defining or identifying the objects everywhere, like even it is our auto cooling your rooms. And one important thing and one finest thing I would say here is like the quite interesting is, if you are going into your home nowadays, okay, if you are like to, for example, in your home or in your room, I would say in your bedroom, you would like to hear few songs every day, you would like to sleep at 11 a.m., you will be struggling to switch off your main lights, and you will be switching on your bed light every night. Okay, so these are the regular routines you are doing in your home, and our artificial intelligence model will learn from this, and in some days it will try to help you out with all these chores. When you go into home, it will, or when you go into your room, it will automatically switch on the music which you like, which you love to hear when you are going to sleep. Again it will take care of your temperature of your AC, it will take care of all the lightings around the home when you are in your rooms. Okay, so it will learn by itself and making it, and it will give you a proper report whenever you want, and which will save the electricity. The third one is like we are going to use that in precision agriculture. I have highlighted here is like precision agriculture. Okay, so the precision agriculture I would say here is like it would be like really helpful in plants, pests, poor plant nutrition on farms. I would say here is like we have few robots that is working on targeted pesticides. It will be helping to targeted pesticides where it will not affect the soil, where it will not going to affect the real plants which we want to get the good yield. Okay, so targeted pesticides is almost there, the robots are there in the market. And again in agriculture, when I would say IoT, when artificial intelligence combines with IoT will take care of all the watering of plants, soil monitoring and everything. At the same time, our artificial intelligence is helpful to us for the better decision making, for the good yield. So for example, it will have the past, it will learn from the past data, and it will learn from the past soil quality and whatever we have planted so far, and about the yield, everything it will learn by the past data, and it will tell the agriculturist like, if you use this plant, if you are going to plant this plant, this will give you this much of yield this year, this will give you very low yield this year, so it will suggest us in that case. So this is going to be happening in the future. And the next thing we would say is like we are going to go live, and I'm going to, so whatever we have seen so far is theoretically okay, but I want you guys to view something, how basic artificial intelligence stuff is working. Okay, I have two demos for you people, and in one demo and we are going to train an artificial intelligence model with a simple data, and we are going to check how it is going to predict that. Okay, in another thing, how it is going to help is like the next one is like a bit advanced, like it is going to predict a human being whether he is wearing a mask or not. I have a 2 live demos in that case, so let us look into the demos now. So I have used Google Collaboratory to look into our artificial intelligence program. It is like a neural network program I have used. Here I would say we are going to look into a small program. What I have displayed or showed here is like I have used the Google Collaboratory, which is like a GPU device helpful for training our data in a fast manner. I would have to add here GPUs are far better than CPUs when it coming into the terms of training your data to build a model using a neural network or machine learning, whatever may be. So in few seconds I'll just get it connected, and so I'm going to tell you what I have did here and what we are going to try it out here. I'm going to introduce few technical stuffs over here. We are going to build these things using neural networks, for neural networks in Python, Google already have released the TensorFlow model, which will be really helpful to us. This example is completely built on Python and with the backend TensorFlow and Keras. Okay, that is actually help us a lot in this case. So what actually I did, we do have, let us have a data. Let us look into a data here. So these data, I'd say consider this is a data where remaining things are column titles, like these are column headings, and these things are column row headings, I'd say. And here your data starts. Let us imagine I do have 3 data here. Say 1, 2 is 3, and I think you have played a puzzle game in a childhood. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, and 3, 4, 7, 4, 5, 9. What if 6, 7 or 5, 6? 5, 6 would give you 11, right? That way, that prediction we'll actually do. So in this case, what you'll say is like 1 plus 2, I mean the relationship is actually 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 4 is 7, 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, so I'm going to train my neural network model, with this data, and I'm going to check whether it is going to correctly predict the future data, whatever I'm going to give. Okay, so it will take some time to run it. I'll just run it step by step, I would say. These are all the processes where I'm converting the data to how my neural network or machine learning model is going to understand. So I told you, like, we are going to use machine learning models, AI algorithms like TensorFlow and Keras. Keras is actually working with the backend of TensorFlow. So here is the actual neurons I'm building. This is where I have building my neuron. Okay, so these I am compiling my neurons. I have one layer of neural network here with only one layer of neural network with very few neurons here. So I'm just again training, and you can see this point of scenario where your training is actually going to happen. So I'm telling my neural network to go for 500 epochs. I would say epochs, you can say cycles. In layman word, I can say it is a cycles, or in other words, I would say this is going to be I would say like iterations or whatever may be. So I'm going to run my program in this. My epochs will run for 500 iterations. This will be a bit faster because my neural network is designed in a way like very few neurons. In a real-time scenario, if you are going to build or if you are going to train such a tough models, your neural network programs or your neural network model training data will run for even months. Okay, so it's completed. I have completed 500 across 500 epochs. Now I am going to predict something here. So I'm repeating these things. I'm just orally repeat these things. I have data started here, and I have given very few data. Actually, your model will be very accurate if you do have large number of data over there. Whatever I do have given here is like very few data. So in this case, you can see here, I have given 3 data 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 7 and 4, 5, 9. Okay, so I have given that data to my neuron, and in this neuron I have given this as input 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. These are all the inputs, and the corresponding output will be 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so if 1 and 2 is there, the corresponding output is 3. If 2 and 3 is there, the corresponding output is 5. If 3 and 4 is there, corresponding output is 7, and 4 or 5 is, if 4 and 5 is there, the corresponding output is going to be 9. This is what the data I have given to my neural network model. So it have built some model over there. Now I am going to predict for some new number here. I would say 4 and 5. I am going to say 5 and 6. I am going to predict for my 5 and 6. Let us run this. You can see here, when I say 5 plus 6, it is going to give us the result of 10.8. Okay, so here one thing I would say is like, why can't it show 11 here? Why it is saying, why it said like 10.8? Because we are not telling our model, we never told our data, our neural network model, that whatever the number I have given, we need to add that for the output. Okay, I have never given that scenario. So I have never set my neural network model, please do add these 2 inputs to get the output. So the relationship is actually found automatically by my neural network model. It actually find the relationship between the input data and it try to predict the output here. 5 plus 6 is actually 11, and here it is approximately says 10.8 absolutely. And if your model, I would say, if your model predict it accurately like 11, sometimes your model may be overfed with that data. If it is overfit with the data, then your model will not work in some other cases. I would say, one thing I would say, wow, your model is working perfectly, but I am going to show you a lag here. I am say 25 plus 6. 25 plus 6 is actually not result of 31. Actually the result is of 25 plus 6 is 31. But my model is giving only 19. Why? What is the reason behind that? I would say the reason behind that is like lack of data, lack of information to my model. Because I have trained my model in a way, say 1 plus 2, all the consecutive numbers and small numbers, and all the consecutive or near numbers. So if that is the nearest numbers, and then it is the prediction is very great. Okay, but if I do have a difference between 2 numbers in such a way, I have never trained my model in such a way to handle those kind of data. So that is the reason your neural network is actually need lot of training with lot of data. Okay, so if you want to have a very good predictions, you need to add lot of data and add lot of models over there, like extra data over, you have to give extra data over there. So in this case, again I'm going to say, what if I say 7 plus 9? Wow, this is quite great, 16.2. So for the nearest and smallest data, it is working in a great way. For the data with a very great difference, it is not going to perfectly work, because the reason mainly is the model which I have trained is with a very small data, and there is a data lag over there. This is the one example where machine learning, artificial intelligence, how it is working, how it is learning stuffs. And one understanding we have given here, I have given here is like, I'll just tell you like what we have did there. Oh, sorry. So the basic difference between neural networks and its training, how it is happening. I'm going to give a small intuition. I'm going to give you a small difference between the traditional way of writing program and the machine learning program. Okay, so the traditional way of writing program is like, I would say here, your traditional program, you would say 3 plus 2 will be 5, and the other way I would say is like, it is going to be like, I'm going to tell my program that I'm going to give an input of 3, and again I'm going to give an input of 4, and I'm going to tell my program, please add those things. So but in that case, what is going to happen is like, I have already given my data whether we are going to add a 3 or 4. Okay, so I am going to give a plus in between there. For example, let us consider a simple Python program if you are already aware of. So, or if you are considering a C program or whatever may be. So I'm in a C or C++ programming, I would say always I'm going to say about give a addition of or the result of these two things, like add A plus B, and I'm going to give plus in between two inputs. So that is actually going to happen. But in our neural network program, it is actually going to find the relationship between the input and output. That is the actual or major difference between the data and everything. So I can show you a small example in this case. Your traditional programming will come in a way, I would say, it will be like, you will be giving like 3 plus 5 is equal to what? This is your working of your traditional program. So and the working of your neural network program is quite different. 3 5 is equal to 8, and your traditional program is going to work with operands and operations, and it is going to give you the result. But your machine learning program is going to work with the input and output. It is actually finding the relationship between and the input and output. The result of this will be the plus, which you have seen the example which we have seen very lastly. So where else my machine learning model is going to help me out in the case? So whatever we saw so far is only with a small data. Now I'm going to set up another thing where my model is going to help me to predict whether I have weared a mask or not. So that is one more project we have did, like it is a part of my real projects where I work for my company. So okay. I'm not afraid of a lot of codes here. I'm just going to show you what we have did here. So the program which I'm going to run here is like, give me a second, I'm going to activate it. So I have written this program in a way, we have written this program in a way where it will automatically, I have created a web app over there using a Flask here in Python, and this complete code is worked with Python and neural networks. I can say it is, I have used a convolution neural network over here for, which is really helpful for training my images. Okay. So in this case, what I can do is like, I would say this program is especially to build or run a web application in your browser. It will launch a web application in your browser, and when I'm a person without a mask, it is going to predict whether the person is wearing a mask or not. So I have started my program. You can get an option to run it both GPUs and CPUs, but I am running it in my CPU, not using the GPU power. So it is already started. I would say I'm going to create or open an application. So this is where my model has been started here. I would say like it is telling, it's have a small box on my mask and it's saying like there is a no mask in my face, and this is actually trained, and I am going to wear a mask in my face like outside. See here, it is going to say that I am wearing a mask. Okay, so this is how your machine learning model, I mean this is where the convolution neural network work in a place where I am going to train my model with actually images. Okay, so like previously how we have discussed something with not only with the images, we have trained something with our data. I would say like we have trained something with the simple data like this: 3 plus 5 is equal to 3 and 8 is equal to 5. Okay, so we got some output over there, like predictions over there, like 3 and 5, that the relationship between those two things is addition. Okay, but now what I did is like I was producing a face mask application, whether a person wearing a face mask or not. Okay, in this case what is gonna happen is like it is learning. Actually again here also I need to train my model with data. What kind of data will I give as an input? Yes, you can give inputs as an images. Okay, you can give a lot of images as input, like it is going to a classification model, it is going to give you I would say a lot of data, I would say. So instead of giving a lot of numbers and words, you are going to give you a model with a lot of images. Okay, it is going to get trained from all those images. Okay, so and these two examples are I have made for you for the day. Okay, so and this would be really interesting if well, the world is already working on these data, especially with images and videos. There are a lot of projects coming in, and I have been part of these items in these scenarios. And next thing I would say is like the application which I have shown. Okay, in our company, like we have defined or we have developed a robot, a humanoid robot you might have heard, and that was actually deployed in to our client Chennai Silks. Like this robot greet all the audiences, like with whether they have, it will greet like to welcome to Chennai Silks, and whether if they are wearing mask, it will tell that yeah, please wear the mask. If they have not wear the mask, and it will ask or request the people to please wear the mask, and it will also check your temperature. The robot also will give you some advices over providing a social distancing and everything. Okay, so there are this is the application which I have shown, a part of this project I have shown you as now as a demo. Okay, the mask prediction. Okay, so these are all the things which we are already into the market, and this is absolutely going to have a very good trend, and this is absolutely have a very good market in the future too. Okay, and before concluding these things, I would also need to say like how it will be really helpful in your careers, these artificial intelligence, these machine learning, these Python scenarios. So absolutely, I could say in the next 5 years of minimum, and in the next 20 years, the world will be of almost connected world. Okay, so more communication between human beings will be reduced towards the machine communication, the car to car or the car to bike, or again with your home to your car. Okay, so those communications are going to increase a lot, I would say. So Stephen Hawking on that day itself, he said like the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. It would take off on its own and redesign itself at an ever increasing rate. Humans who are limited by slow biological evolution could not compete and would be super certain. And I would say here the same statement you have already, again I am repeating the same movie name like Chitty in Robot. The same scenario were happened in the part 1. Okay, that is what Stephen Hawking also told. So when it comes to in the real-time market, absolutely you do have a very good future in these things. I would say there are already a lot of openings on for artificial intelligence engineers, even on there are a lot of internships available for people who are really interested in these things. Okay, and very good. And another way I would say is like the complete scenario of artificial intelligence, Python and data science are going to be the very good future in the world, or where it may be in analyzing the data or analyzing the images or analyzing the videos or creating virtual machines that is going to create, or virtual doctors I would say, virtual assistants I would say. Everybody are working towards these things. Okay, and better example I can say is like even nowadays doctors are combined with lot of engineers or lot of machine learning engineers to make a prediction for the identification of diseases. Okay, recently I have worked with one doctor. I can say his name is Ajay Chandrasekhar. He is one of the top-notch doctor in Chennai for cancer predictions. Okay, I was actually I was and I am working with him to for the prediction of skin cancer, and in a better way than doctors can do that. Okay, so in every field machine learning is actually working over that. Okay, so it will be give you a very good future on machine learning, I would say, and you have a very good future on that, and the best start would be from Python and data science and going to the machine learning stuff. And if you do have any questions on this day, and thank you for connecting for the day. If you do have many questions, please connect with the Digiterati and follow us on our page. Okay, thank you so much for joining today.